And that is why the DIG, Kenya Police, together with the other DIGs and the IG, sat down and agreed that for the circle to be complete, we must invite the station commanders so that they can be at par with the other officers who were earlier invited for other workshops and trainings. These station commanders have had excesses. And those are the issues that we have discussed for the last 3 days that we've been here. We have looked at a number of thematic areas that they can be able to address from where they sit. And I'll be able to do a presentation on that so that our chief guests, you can understand what they have owned, what they have agreed unanimously to do after they leave this place. And it is my expectation, and I know it is in the plan of the DIG, to make sure that even the other station commanders who have not had an opportunity, because we invited the first cohort, we need the second cohort to be invited so that they can also be informed of what we have agreed. It is important that these officers have agreed that yes, they can be able to do it themselves and change the destiny of the National Police Service. Our chief guests, recently we had an opportunity to have a workshop. It was a day for the IG, the DIGs, the regional commanders, and all the police top brass to reinvent and discuss matters police reforms. The National Police Service is going through a paradigm shift. And we appreciate the fact that the CS is leading from the front. Jukwaa la Usalama is an element that is being given a lot of attention in this country. Even the shoshos in the village, in the villages where we come from, they are aware that there is something that the CS is doing. And now that you are leading from the front in terms of ensuring that there is maintenance of law and order in this country, then it becomes our obligation as National Police Service officers to make sure that we follow suit. And we appreciate the fact that the DIG has been able to follow those steps to make sure that the station commanders are also informed of what is expected of them. During the engagement that we had under the support of the UNDP, and our chief guest, we want to thank you because of mobilizing partners who came in handy to support the National Police Service through this academy. And they have given us funds for the first time so that we can roll out 10 activities that are bound to unlock the challenges that the service has been going through in terms of moving to the next level on reform matters. The first activity was the one that we had lastly. There will be activities on police reforms sustainability, which is an important factor in the police reforms. We have an activity on station youth liaison officers that we have decided to engage. It is important for the station police station commanders to understand that liaison between the station and the youth is critical, especially at a time like this that the country is going through challenges because of the youths. It is important for you as a station commander to make sure that you put measures in place to get closer to the youths. Our chief guest, when you are here to give an opportunity lecture to the county police commanders, we were informed that the county commanders who have undertaken strategic leadership courses here during the time when this country was going through chaos on 25th and also during the Sabasaba Day, they did excellently because we took them through the steps that they can be able to follow to prepare themselves accordingly, and also on the aspect of command and control. We were able to single out counties that did so well. And after following up, we realized that these are the county commanders that we trained here. And that is why we expect that these station commanders will also do well after they leave this academy. You may not remember this, our chief guest, but when you are here, you taught us something very unique and something that sank into our minds about a shepherd and a butcher, the difference between the two. A butcher, according to what our lecturer told us that day, who is our CS, is somebody who runs after the sheep so that he can get hold of one and slaughter. He will be behind, running after the sheep, running after the goats, running after the heifers and so forth, so that he can end the life of that particular animal. On the other hand, who is a shepherd? A shepherd is somebody who stands in front of the sheep or the herd. A shepherd is able to see the enemies from a distance and deal with them so that they don't kill the animals that he is leading. A shepherd is characterized by humility, confidence, knowledge, and skill to make sure that he protects the animals. But a butcher is bound to end lives. A butcher is not visionary. He is not as visionary as a shepherd. We are looking forward, our chief guest, to have shepherds in the National Police Service. Station commanders who will be shepherds and leading from the front. Station commanders who will advise the officers accordingly. Station commanders who will take charge, who will have the command and control of the police station. An OCS in Buruburu, an OCS in Changamwe, an OCS in Nyeri is expected to monitor and supervise all the activities that are taking place in his station. And that is what we have agreed with these commanders. You are supposed to make sure that you are a decisive person. You advise accordingly. You understand the law very well. These are the principles that are pertinent for a commander who is a shepherd. Allow me, our chief guest, to close with a quote. As the IT people prepare the presentation, a quote from Robert Greene. Robert Greene wrote 44 Laws of Power. And the 29th law is very clear, that if you plan all the way to the end. Our commanders, we have high expectations in you. When the DIG is seated at vigilance, he has a lot of confidence that the station commander for Vihiga Police Station will handle matter security effectively and efficiently and communicate accordingly. The DIG will be expecting the station commander to treat the members of the public with decorum. The DIG will not expect complaints emanating from a police officer who is a constable under the OCS. If a police officer is asking for money at the report office and you are seated back in your office, you know, swinging on a very comfortable chair, and you are not asking questions, you are not disciplining officers, you are not sitting down with them for lectures, then that is a management lapse. We have agreed, our chief guest, that we are now in a new era. We have agreed with these station commanders that we are going to embrace change. We are going to change from inside. It is not the uniforms. They are good. It is not the vehicles. Vehicles are very important. But you may get vehicles, you may get money, but if you are not a good manager, you will end up misusing those resources. But once you get good resources, and you are a good manager, then you'll be expected to perform with excellence. Having said that, our chief guest, there's a brief presentation for around 5 minutes. And I will kindly request you to take your seat on the down floor so that you can have a clear view of the same.
They can do that. And then also do regular. In the process, they will be able to advise the officers accordingly. And then, at the service headquarters, we can establish digital case file management system. We can also provide adequate training, kitting of officers, housing, arms and ammunition, motor vehicles, personnel, and also ensure that there is AIE for these officers. So this one can be done even from the DIG in liaison with the office, and the IG can be able to address this, and the aspect of police station management, command and control will be dealt with fully. The market area number 2 is service delivery and customer care. This one can be addressed by the station commanders immediately and without fuss. And this one will be implemented after this. They install suggestion boxes so that they can give the members of the public an opportunity to air their views. Some of them may not be in a position, or they may not be having the luxury of time to go and sit down with the OCS, but they can drop a message which you reach the station commander. Give timely feedback to the clients. It is very, very important. They can also create open door policy. This one will even bring the members of the public closer. And also, they can have expeditious investigation of cases. There is no need of having matters that have not been completed in your station. And on daily basis, you'll be receiving cases. Make sure that you address matters so that you can be done with the matters for last year but one. And make sure that you are handling very fresh matters. The sub-county police commander, to see to the RPC, they can establish customer care and gender desk. This one, we have had the DIG talking about the gender desk. Whenever he visits a police station, he asks if he goes straight to the gender desk. So this one is something that can be established as quickly as possible, and also it does not require funds. Where we may need the intervention of your office, our chief justice, is digitization of police services, installation of CCTV surveillance. You've been talking about this because we follow whatever you say on a daily basis. Roll out customer care service courses, because this one also requires funding. The market area number 3, community policing and citizen participation in security. The station commanders can be able to give this one a redress without necessarily asking for funds. They establish standardized reporting framework, hold monthly meetings, initiate regular community engagements with the stakeholders. You are a station commander with around 40 police officers. Have a football team, have a volleyball team, so that you can engage the members of the public. If you are in Mombasa, you have the boda people, you have the matat, even the touts. I remember when I was there, I engaged the touts. We have the companies around, that are working around you. Make sure that you engage them so that you can get closer to them. As you get closer to them, you'll be able to receive intelligence. Even as we approach the general elections in less than 2 years or around 2 years, you will be in a position to know what is happening around your area of jurisdiction. And in the middle there, this is what can be done by the other commanders apart from the station commander. Give feedback on community policing reports, support community engagement initiative. There can be a community engagement, even mobilized from the station commander's level or CPC's level. You can have even teams from each and every sub-county having a football match, and this one can be done by the CPC or even the RPC, so that you can bring issues closer to you. They will not come and ban your police station if you have that friendly atmosphere. Hoping so. Then we have what can be done by the service headquarters. Public sensitization on the concept of community policing, review community policing strategy. This is very, very important. And I know our DIG, I can see he's taking note. Maybe so that he can go and inform. He has been handling this matter, but we expect this this reviewing of the community policing strategy, so that also we can be able to do things differently. And the fourth thematic area is on police officer supervision, accountability, and discipline. This one does not require funds for the station commander to supervise his station. There also matters discipline. You have to lead from the front yourself. The way you dress up, the way you speak as a station commander, the way you walk around, the way you engage. If you are a station commander who will be the first one around 6 p.m. to go to a club, so watu kukunywa pombe hapo unaitisha tupatane saa 12 jioni. It is important that a station commander must understand what he's supposed to be doing. Then we can develop station action plan on prevention of corruption. These other areas can be addressed by the station commanders and the service headquarters, and there's a report that we are going to give in respect to this. Let me dwell on what the station commanders can do. Continuous training on drill drills, crowd control. Sensitize officers on emerging issues on public order management. These are critical issues that the station commander can do without funding. A time like this, when we usually have periodic, moments in this country where we have public engagements outside there, like the 25th, 25th, and Sapasap.